shine. I really am creature divine. I am creation, now it's done. Come on and join in my fun.
Alright, welcome back everyone. It's been a long time since I've done one of these builds for the channel, but we're going to get right back into it. As we all know, Brickworld season's quickly approaching. Here in March we have Brickworld Indy, which you'll see me there if you're there. And of course the marquee event of Brickworld in Chicago. So hope to see you all there, and here's some updates on our builds. Alright, so you can see what I'm working on here. If you don't know what it is, that's either because you're born too late or it's not a very good build. Could be a combination of both. But one major issue I have right now, or it's not really major, but I don't like the angle of the wings. Currently we're using this, I don't know what degree that is, Technic, but we're going to switch to the 90 degree, get those up a bit more. Work in progress. I'm still cleaning up the how this contours around here and the curves. It's not the easiest Lego math, but it's not impossible. It's just a kind of plug and play, trial and error, and see what we come up with. But overall I'm pretty happy. I need to get this bit done so I can move on to my stuff I need to do for Brickworld Indianapolis, which is well before Chicago, but I wanted to get started early this year, and I'm glad I did. Okay, so to swap this wing piece out, it's a little bit jank right now. Because again, I'm just kind of test fitting everything. I'll be able to rigid it up a bit, but it's going to be precarious no matter what, and I have a feeling I'm going to have a lot to work to do at setup in Chicago, but that's what happens when we build and want to display. So this is a pretty simple swap out. If I can get the pins out, that's the hardest part right there. So again, we're just going from this, which, I mean, I don't know, it's probably 120 degrees to that. I mean, it's not much, but I think it'll make a huge difference in the final result. And I don't think they make any acute angle technique of these, but they might. So we got some new things afloat over here at the 66 Productions. New computer, some new better video editing software, so hopefully I'll be able to bring you guys better content. I'm not going to say that the reason it's not better now is because of lack of editing stuff, but it certainly won't hurt. Okay, so I have that now swapped out. Plug right back in there. Hopefully with this new software I'll be able to overlay a before and after for you, side by side, something I couldn't do before. And if not, go ahead and destroy me in the comments. You can make, there we go. Alright, so step one done, and yeah, I already like it a lot better. Hopefully there'll be some type of side by side something. Alright, and through the magic of editing, as you can see, I've pieced in and tiled in the curve bit there. It looks a little bit chunky, but I honestly don't know how to do it better. This is my first time building a construction like this, of this type, so I personally am very happy with it, but if you have some constructive feedback, feel free to let me know. I'm all ears at this point. But for me personally, I'm happy with where we're at. The rest of these kind of pieces, again, I'll have some funky stuff to do here at the curve. The inside curves are a lot easier than the outside, but it's a pretty modular system. Just build up a couple of these and snap them on. I'm probably gonna have to get rid of this guy to put that on. So it's a brick and a plate on one side, and then just a brick on the other side. And I'm going to try to alternate them so it doesn't have a seam all the way down the center. I'm not going to try. I am going to alternate. This would be easier if I turned the model around. I might just do that. So these two here. And these are on pivots kind of on purpose to get a little bit more of that shape. I might end up trying to fill in these gaps, but I really at this point I just need to see what it looks like, and then I'll go back and fill in gaps where I can and how I can. Oh no! Oh no! And say there's probably people that build these type of figures all the time that would be done by now and it'd be way prettier, but I'm enjoying learning a new part, or a new type of building, braving the elements, as some would say. And she does like to twist and turn about a bit. Something I want to see if at all, if giving this outside structure to it strengthens it, makes it a little more rigid, and if not, then I'll probably have to go back and play with the inner framework a bit. You can get the general idea there. So I could, depending on how I decide to tilt these, it's going to determine if I want to put some pieces in between there or not. Just looking at it right now, I think I am going to go with yes, I will. So we'll play around and see what that looks like. Alright, I decided to make that more rigid there. Because what we did was we moved everything over a half stud. How we did that was prior, it had this connector there. Pretty simple in that. Just swap it out for one that goes in the center. So that was easy enough. The next part is, since we moved it over, that gave us a whole extra brick on the top, so we need to go from 4 to 5 on the top only, which again, that was pretty simple. Just replace that with a 2 and a 3, a 5 brick if you have it in green. I don't know if they make it in green. I only have it like in red from the Ultra Caddy set. You can see her up there in the background. Hi, Ultra Caddy. So that's going to just replace what's on the other side, and then clad it there with some of these shaped tiles. So spin her around. Pop it into place. Very carefully. There we go. So we did a 4-long rounded. I mean, you could just use regular tiles here, square, but I think putting the rounded and the pointed give it a little bit more shape. And adding those tiles to this has really, you probably can't tell on screen, but it's already started to add some rigidity to the build. So I'm feeling a little bit better about transporting it. But yeah, we're gonna keep chugging away, and fingers crossed get this done today, and I'll have an update for you here soon. Okay, and for the moment, she's all done. There at the bottom, it's actually going to tie into a mill's plate, so I'm not too worried about how that looks at the moment. But as far as the creature itself, I'm pretty happy with it. I'm sure there's some other more experienced builders with some creatures that could give me some tips, but for a first time building anything even remotely close to this, I'm absolutely thrilled. And if you want to see the full effect, the full version, the full story, you're going to have to come to Brickworld Chicago and see it live. So no more spoilers outside of this. In the meantime, hope you enjoy yourselves and happy building. Alright, welcome back everyone. It's been a long time since I've done one of these builds for the channel. As you all know, Brickworld season's upon us, and we're flushing the toilet. Okay, this is part of something I'm working on for Chicago. You may or may not recognize it, and I am not going to release any spoilers about what it is. There's the furnace.